Sister Lois, you had the idea of putting together this demonstration out front. How did that come to you?
Well, I had the idea, but I sure didn't do the work for it. However, the idea came because of that conference we had with Sister Joan Chittister. She's the Benedictine sister who spoke to us. And one of the things she had talked about was that no matter what your age, there are things you can do. If you're still alive, you can do something. And she listed things, like writing to your representative or recycling and so on. But as I listened to her, it occurred to me that really we've done all of those things, or are doing those things here at the Motherhouse. And it seems as though the thing that's lacking for us is we can't always get the body where the mouth is. And I think that there are sisters who feel that same way. Not everyone, but many sisters do. And one of the things I did while I was still active was to stand down in front of the courthouse in the Wednesday demonstrations that have been going on for 6 years now, but I can no longer do that. But I thought that if I could go out in front of Madden, I could do that. And how wonderful it would be, because that's where a lot of these wonderful things have begun, is at Madden Hall with our community. And Mary's there on her journey, so what would be better? So I reflected on that, and then those sitting around me, we discussed it. They seemed to think it was a good idea, too. And then the Global Ministries Office took over.
It was a pretty perfect day, and we had about 45 people out there. What was your opinion about the way that the event actually transpired?
Oh, it was wonderful. Everyone was so happy to be there, and all were interested in the signs, the different signs. A few had brought their own. But I was deeply impressed by the women religious who really probably haven't been able to get out and demonstrate for years because of illness. So, like that Sister Marie Carroll there, and before she retired, she had that little peace mobile down in Florida. And I think she dearly wanted to be there. And you saw other people, older sisters, like Sister Wilfred Dusick, who was out. She usually walks around campus, but I think she was happy to be there too. And then we had two on the inside who were praying for us because they hadn't brought their coats. So I would say for those going by to see sisters in wheelchairs, walkers, amigos, that was an impressive sight, and they let us know that by honking their horns.
If I remember correctly, you also wanted to do this in solidarity with a local peace organization.
Yes, as I said, I started with them, and I would never want to take their place. I would want to be a part of what they were doing. But since we can't quite get there, I thought they would understand, and then Dusty was kind enough to tell them, and apparently they thought it was a good idea too. I would like it to have been closer to them, but I don't see how we could do that.
Well, thank you for your wonderful idea. And it sounds like there's also going to be a monthly demonstration as a result of this very idea.
I think the numbers will grow if you do that. And I'm hoping we can tie it a little bit closer to the demonstrations downtown. But that's something to work on in the future. The big thing is anything, I think, to demonstrate that we all want peace. No matter who we are, what our religious beliefs, we really want peace. We've seen enough of these awful figures of the deaths, particularly in this current age in which it's the civilians who suffer even worse than the soldiers. And certainly our armed forces, we want to have them come home too. And for those who really are sincere, there is a way. We should have had an exit strategy long ago, but since we don't have it, there still is a way to have peace and at the same time avoid terrible civil wars as a result of the peace. And that's what we have to work on.